Hey there, welcome back. I just wanted to do a quick video today showing you my planner notebook stack for 2025 and the notebooks that I'll be using this year that you might be seeing a little bit more of later. If you're new here, I'm Sarah, and this channel is all about exploring and encouraging everyday creativity through art, journaling, and intentional planning. Let's dive in and take a look at my lineup for 2025. I'm going to come back to this one. This is kind of a daily carry that is a traveler's notebook style, but I'll come back to it in just a minute. I'm actually going to start, I think, with my Hobonichi. So this is the Hobonichi that I set up for the year, and my intentions when I decided to go with a Hobonichi this year were that it would be kind of a replacement of a bullet journal, reflecting on what systems have worked well for me in the past and going into this year and trying to develop a more consistent habit with journaling and planning, both for practical reasons and to keep me on track with some of my goals, as well as encourage a creative habit. Bullet journaling was really kind of where I was most consistent, but I didn't want to set everything up every month. I wanted some flexibility, but I also wanted a little more accountability, and I really didn't want to set everything up. Somebody online that I was watching described their Hobonichi as like their essence of whatever year it was, and that's kind of what I wanted for this. So that's what I was aiming for, and I think so far it's done a pretty good job. This is where I'm tracking my hobbies for the year, just spending at least 10 to 15 minutes doing something just for me, and I've actually really enjoyed doing this, and it's held me pretty accountable. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but I am tracking my mood and energy in a different way, just trying to see if some of these factors affect that and see what some of my trends are. And then monthly spreads. This is my current weekly spread. I don't need a lot of accountability with my weekly schedule. Most weeks, and you can see I've started setting up for next week, most weeks I have school and it's whatever I can fit outside of that. So it kind of becomes whatever I want it to be. I do track like gratitude or positive moments of each day in there, and a couple of other things in my routine or habit tracker over here. And then what I've really loved is my daily pages have become very different than what I expected, and just more of a creative outlet and a daily creative practice, which I have really, really enjoyed, and it's, I think, been really good for me. But more on that in another video. So this was supposed to be my very functional planner, and it's become much more of like a creative, reflective planner, but still helping me achieve some of the goals that were important to me. For the more practical everyday, this I carry around with me. This is a traveler's notebook style notebook. It's not from the Traveler's Company or Traveler's Notebook Company. It is one I found on Amazon before I invested in the Traveler's Notebook Company, because it is a pretty hefty investment for something that I wasn't sure if I was going to use. I looked online and I've really been happy with this brand. It's from Rob Racine off Amazon. I've got a couple of different things in here. I've got this zip pocket, which I use as kind of a dashboard, and then a couple of gift cards in there right now. This envelope has cash. Again, I'm using this as a wallet. I keep the couple of cards that I carry in the back. And then there's nothing in this one right now, but just another pocket. And what I've got is folders in case I need them. And then this memo book. It's for, right, just short-term reminders and lists. And this is really what I've been ending up doing for my daily checklists. I don't think I have anything sensitive in here. Daily checklists, kind of bullet journal style, but also it's the most recent one. Also, you can see just random notes. That was me playing with a pen. Yeah, just different bullet journal lists. And then I've actually started, as I transfer stuff that I don't need, there's one that was all transferred. I've torn off a little corner so that I know that I don't need anything else on that page. And then that was a pen test when I first got it. Again, this all came with, the 2 notebooks came with the planner. This was a separate these 2 were a separate purchase. And then I have a craft notebook sketchbook that's just blank pages and things to remember long-term, happy thoughts and sketches. And it's just been kind of a little play place for me. It was a really good like doodle a day or drawing a day thing that I was going for a while, but then that's kind of stopped. But then I'll just pick up and doodle whenever I kind of have the urge or a little bit of downtime, which has been really great. So it's nice to just have a notebook on hand, like yesterday while I was out, and even just at school when I need to write notes. I can just throw them in here and then I go back to them later. So it also works great for a wallet. I throw it in my purse. It's got my money. Right now I've got the Sarasa vintage blue-gray in the heavier metal body. I forgot the exact name of it, but I really love that, and it just happens to fit almost perfectly in there, and it's nice and sturdy. So that's what I've got to carry every day, and that's really more of my productivity tracker. The other thing that I use regularly is, this is an old Lightroom 1917 that I started as a bullet journal, put down, pick up, put down, pick up a while ago. Keep that Koiko on there just because I like the color with it. And this has become a like everything random notes, testing, stamps. I don't know, documenting all of my washi tapes there. Really just whatever it needs to be. And then, right, like planning out things. It's messy and it just is really whatever I need it to be. This was like planning out my 25 things in 2025, planning out our 2025 advent calendar that we set up before we packed away Christmas stuff, right? And then just other random things depending on what's happening. And so I'll continue to use that just as a go-to and planning device. The next one that I use, maybe not every day, but pretty regularly. This is my long-term or long-form journaling sketchbook. This is a traveler style notebook for A5. I actually made this one. For years, I used a makeshift one while I was traveling that I made literally while I was traveling. And then I had, an Amazon brand cheaper one. And then I decided this year to try and make one with my own specifications. So it can hold 3 notebooks. It really could hold more probably. Right now it's only got 2 in it. I just finished up this one, and I always keep at least one of these little sketchbooks in it. That's great for drawing a little bit of wet media, not a lot, but that's just to kind of have a quick, easy sketchbook to grab. And here's the one that's in here right now, right? And I just started this and was playing around with some things. But in the front is just a dot notebook, like a little A5 dot notebook, and won't really open up to this, but that's kind of if I want to do morning pages or long form journaling, get thoughts out of my head. that's where that goes. I got this. It's actually beach blanket and book. I'll probably move that onto something else, but I liked how it looked and a little clip with it all the time. The next one is, I haven't done a lot in this year. This is a happy planner. If you're familiar with it, I have the metal rings on it. It was my daily planner and notes there towards the end of the year and before. You can see I haven't moved it all out yet, but this is what I was using as a daily planner or weekly planner, and that'll come out and it'll just continue to be notes. But I have like budget stuff in here, I have house projects in here, and then some other like long-term planning and tracking that didn't feel important or like it made sense to have anywhere else. So that's what this is. This is kind of long-term goals, long-term collections, depending on how you want to think about it. And the last one that I have is the one that I probably go in the least regularly. This is not a traveler's notebook. I will upgrade eventually to a traveler's, like an official traveler's notebook, and I'll probably have multiple going at once. But again, was curious. I'd always wanted a traveler's notebook, but wasn't convinced that I'd use it fully. So before I invested in it, I went online in search of some alternatives. This one was really nice. I don't remember the brand of this one, but I believe it also came with at least one notebook, and I think it came with this plastic thing and the craft folder, so it was a pretty good deal. I'll double check that. But in here I have this would just be for, if I need it, whatever stickers and stuff I might want to keep in here. So this is like a long-term memory, scraps, like things that I want to keep. It's a random page of testing stuff, but I had a lot of hyper focuses, I feel like, in 2024. So documenting those, some work stuff, just like summer 2024, what we did, and then some things that I need to go back and fill there September. And I need to go back and finish, some other ones. And then back here, I have not started it yet. I need to set this up, but this will be the media, books, movies, and TV that I want to track in here. This is actually a Traveler's Company notebook that I wanted to try out. This charm is stuck in here, but so haven't set that up yet. Hopefully by the end of this month, I'll get this set up and look forward to tracking all those things. And that's pretty much what I'm using. I always have a couple of sketchbooks floating around that I hop in and out of depending on what medium I'm working in, and a few other random places. I think there's a small memo book in the Hobonichi that I didn't point out, but this is pretty much everything that I'm using regularly going into the year. Some changes have already happened, that I described, but that's pretty much it. I hope this was a little insightful for you. I just wanted to let people know how I was using things so you could see I have a lot of variety here, and just do what works for you. And I totally anticipate this changing already. My Hobonichi plan has shifted from what I originally thought it was going to be to something completely different and new, and it's been great. But I love that we're always shifting and changing as artists and creatives, but I've also just really enjoyed having a traveler's notebook style notebook to always have something with me to write with and sketch on, and that has also helped me really keep up with this goal to be creating and drawing and improving in my craft every day. So I, again, hope you found value in that. This is what I'm using to create and keep me on track for 2025. I am always curious to know what other people are using and what they've found that they like. So feel free to comment or share what you are using this year and what you recommend.